me ZeBirdBrain, and today we are talking about freelance work. So this video is part of a larger series, so make sure to check out the whole playlist. The link will be in the description below. So this is a wide question, and I will try my best to guide you with my personal experience. So how do I find work? Short answer is, I am at a place in my career where I usually don't look for work. Work comes to me. Long answer, this wasn't always the case. So there are many factors and many things that can help you find freelance work. The fact that I am in my 30s and I have a lot of connections and lots of work experience surely helps, but this is not the only reason, and also, it was a journey to get there. So I'm gonna try to give you all the kind of advice and tips and tricks that I wish I would have had in the past so that I don't have to figure out myself. So let's hope that these 10 years of me figuring things out can help you figure it out maybe in 5 minutes. I don't know. So, tips and tricks to help you find work. I'm confident that the following tips will help you whether you are looking for your first gig or just trying to secure your next one. My first tip is to learn and keep learning. So there's always new methods coming out either in rig or compositing, so make sure you stay on top of those. And also, learn multiple softwares for your job. If you want to be a cleanup artist, make sure that you know more than one software, because if you only know TV Paint, you are excluding yourself from all these job offers that require vector work. If you only know how to do hand-drawn animation, that you are excluding yourself from any work that requires either hybrid or cutout animation. So make sure you're flexible. You don't need to be an expert at everything, but at least have basic understanding of each of the softwares that are the most popular into your field of work. Also, just be curious in general. It's great to extend your skill set, but also just to extend your mind. For example, for the longest time, I was just an animator or like a cleanup artist. But with time, I developed affinity with compositing, rigging, and even if I was not a full-time rigger, by knowing how rigs were made my animation scenes or the way that I interacted with my colleagues different because I knew a bit more. So it's just about expanding your horizon a little bit and not being too laser focused on one thing. Number 2, be ready, always. If you're actively looking for work, you should have on hand ready to send a resume and either a reel or a portfolio, depending on your field of work. For your resume, it could be either job-based or skill-based. So a job-based resume is your average resume where if you have previous work experience in the field you're going for, just put it there. Like if you are new and you have never gotten a job in the animation industry, don't panic. You can just make what we call a skill-based resume. A skill-based resume is for people who don't have previous work experience in the field. So instead of quoting your past job in the industry, what you do is you take jobs that are not from the animation industry, working at a restaurant, working in the library, or a summer camp in my case. And then in each of these little jobs, you bullet point some skills that they help you develop that are relevant to the field you are going for. For example, I worked in a summer camp. Some of the skills that I developed working there and that I used on a daily basis is working as a team, working under tight deadlines, dealing with people. These are all skills that I developed in that work that is going to make me a better choice for whoever wants to hire me for an animation project. And when talking about reels and portfolios, in my opinion, there's 2 types of reels and portfolios. There's active and passive. So the passive is the one that is just vibing on your website or on your page, and it's usually like a general reel or portfolio. Like if you're working in animation, you're gonna have it be cleanup, compositing, rig, like a bunch of things different. If you're doing more static work, you have backgrounds, character design, like, general stuff. It's just there, and it's there if someone browses and ever happens to see your page and they're like, oh, that's interesting, I'm gonna browse more. Because they're in the mood, they're relaxed, they're just exploring. And then there's the active ones. Active is if you're actively applying to a job, you send them a reel that is very specific for the job. If I am an artist applying for a compositing job, I will send them a compositing reel. Because the person who is looking for a compositing artist will probably have like 300 reels to go by. They don't want to sit there and wait for the compositing scene to pop into your passive general reel, okay? So if you're applying for compositing, make a compositing reel. If you want to do cleanup, make a cleanup reel. Some little jobs can have an overlap, for example, cleanup and animation. So if you have a cleanup reel, make sure that like 80% of it is about cleanup. If you want to slide a few animation scenes here and there to show that you are flexible and that you understand how it's made, just make sure that these scenes are kick-ass or don't include them. Third tip, get familiar with Discord. No, this video is not sponsored by Discord, but it has become an established tool used by studios for either their production or their outsourcing, and most, if not all, of indie animation projects are made through Discord. Number 4, meet and mingle. So meet and mingle is one of the most important points, and I will make a whole video just about it. So now I'm just gonna do a very short format of it. So bullet points. Join communities. In these communities, don't just lurk. Be active, be helpful, interact with people, and be genuine. Okay, it's not about advertising on every platform that you're like, I'm looking for work, hire me. No, the goal is to connect with people and let them know you exist. Why? Because nepotism is strong in this industry. The easiest way to get a job is if someone lets you in from the inside. For example, if I need to hire someone for a project, I will always look at who I know first, and then I will ask who they know. And all of this often happens before or while a job posting is listed. So not only are you in competition against other people who are qualified for the job, you're in competition against other people that these people know. And if you're shy, I get it, but you need to work on it. And I'm not saying this into an ableist way. Hey, you're talking to a YouTuber who was once scared to order pizza on the phone. Okay, so social skills are exactly that. They are skills and there is a way to work on them. And what I can suggest is to start small. Asking questions is a great way to interact with people. Make pre-made sentences that you can just recycle and use in the social interaction. And the more you do this, baby step, the better it will get. It might not get super easy ever, but the more you do it and the little steps that you take are sure to make it easier. Tip number 5 is put yourself out there and get experience. If you don't have a strong portfolio or a reel, build one. And to get simple footage of your work or a nice taste of what it actually is to deal with the client, you can do free stuff. And before anyone throws me rocks, what I mean by doing free stuff is doing small little action for smaller people. I'm not talking about doing free work for Disney, Warner Bros, DreamWorks, and any of these big studios. I'm talking about small human interaction. Let's say you want to do work for streamers. Emotes or introduction videos or something. There's probably a few streamers that you watch. So maybe some of them are smaller and you could offer like, hey, I can make you some emotes or I can like animate a transition for your stream if you want, because there is more to gain in life than money. One of the things that you can gain is connections, experience. By working for free for someone, you can make mistakes that you're gonna make for free that you will maybe not make when you're gonna have a paid gig. So connection, experience, footage that you can reuse later for a reel, and happiness. Giving away something, at least as far as I'm concerned, makes me feel happy. Just make sure that you're not getting screwed over. So to summarize, my little tips to help you find work are to learn and keep learning. Be ready, always have your resume, your reels, your portfolio. Get familiar with Discord, meet and mingle, and put yourself out there. So I really hope this was helpful and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye!